Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's good to be back. I think I have disappeared for a while because I was not feeling inspired to film anything, and now I'm back with another video where I'm going to be talking about living in Switzerland, about my impressions. I have now been living here for 1.5 years, and I have something to tell you about all of it. So stay tuned. If that's something that interests you, if you are considering yourself maybe to move to Switzerland, or it has been your dream for a long time, like it used to be mine, to be honest, and I hope this is going to be interesting for you. So to give you a bit of a context, I live in Geneva in Switzerland, and I also have a full-time job, a corporate job. So I think this kind of lifestyle is very different from the one that you might have if you, for example, work for yourself, if you are an entrepreneur, or if you're not working at all but just living and enjoying the country. So I think it might really influence the way how you perceive the country and what your impressions in general are. It will probably help you make the decision if you are considering moving to this country, or if you are already living here. I'm curious if you have similar impressions and similar thoughts. And I think I should start with something which is pretty obvious for a lot of people who come to Switzerland with sort of an international background, meaning that you have lived in different countries and you are not Swiss, so you come here and as an expat. And I think one of the things that in general people notice is that it is kind of difficult to meet new people and to make good friends with the local population. So in Geneva, to be honest, there are a lot of people who come from different countries, so I guess it is much easier to make contact and to meet new people from other countries rather than from Switzerland itself, unless you did your studies here or something like that. And me, I'm a very antisocial person already because I'm highly introverted. I only like to spend time with people I know, and that I know that the time that I spend with those people, it's going to be some quality time, because otherwise I can find literally like 1,000 things that I would prefer. So if you're an introvert, I think you might get what I'm talking about. I feel like it is kind of difficult here. I used to live in Luxembourg, and I have a couple of videos about it and explaining why I left this country. But to be honest, in Luxembourg it was super easy to meet new people, to get invited to a lot of social gatherings. I felt like it was super easy to meet a lot of people, and here it's like completely the opposite. And not that it has been my specific goal, but I think that you might get some challenges if you want to make new friends. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the job market in Switzerland, because I know that a lot of people are dreaming of getting a job and moving to Switzerland, because as you might know that the salaries here are much greater than elsewhere in Europe, which is true. And I want to say that this might be considered as a huge advantage because yes, you live in Switzerland. It's a very expensive country if you come from the outside world. But if you live in Switzerland, if you work in Switzerland, actually you can afford pretty much everything here. I mean, it depends on your standards and depends on what you really want to have. And the advantage is that when you go to another country, like a European country, you feel like everything is, I mean not everything, but a lot of things feel more affordable rather than here. So it's always nice when you go on vacation, because actually your Swiss salary allows you to feel quite comfortable in a lot of places. But at the same time, I feel like this might be the reason also for another thing which I really don't like about Switzerland, is that all those people who want to come here, they create a lot of job supply, a lot of workforce supply, and this creates this tension and this, how would I say, stiffness on the job market. I feel like, especially coming from Luxembourg before, it might be really, really difficult to change jobs quickly here. To give you an example, in Luxembourg, I think it's safe to say that if I apply today, I might get like 3 job offers within 2 weeks or something, or even less time. But here, I feel like a lot of positions that are open, they're open for like 6 months, and it's very lengthy, this process of recruitment. And there are a lot of candidates. It creates this feeling that you are stuck, that you cannot really move jobs easily, and this is something that I really don't like about the Swiss job market. Now that maybe if you come from a different European country, there might be the same story as well, but just in general here are not as many positions open. There's a lot of demand from people to apply, so they have a lot of choice, and that's why I feel like you might be a winner if you have a very narrow specialization, like myself, for example. If you have a very narrow specialization, in this case, it's going to be quite easy to pre-select you and to choose you from other candidates. But if you want to change, or if you want to explore some new opportunities and this is not quite aligned with your previous experience, you might be there for a long run, to be honest. Now I know that this is not the main point, and I would assume that in Europe it feels pretty much the same. Winter is still quite a depressing time in Geneva. So for example, there are some months that I feel absolutely low in everything that I experience, in everything I perceive. Like for example, now it's January, and you look around, it's grey, it's raining and stuff, and it's just draining a lot of energy on my side. Well, it might be not the only factor, but I think that at this time you're really at your lowest point, and I would be happy to leave Switzerland, or at least Geneva, because of its location and because of its foggy predisposition, and to go to some other country where it feels milder and where you can get some more sun, probably. And we all know that this is not the most important point, but I still wanted to highlight it since it is January and it's kind of on the tip of the tongue. Another thing which would go to the things that I find great about Switzerland is that I think it's a great choice for outdoorsy people. If you like to go hiking, if you like doing some sports outdoors, or even just go for a walk, probably not in January, but why not? If it's in the snow and if it's skiing, it can be also very nice. But just in general, I think there are a lot of options to practice different kinds of sports. You have plenty of time to dedicate a lot of your spare time to that, because to be honest, there is nothing much to do otherwise. That's like a spoiler of another point that it's coming up. But that is truly great, because you can visit Switzerland. It's very beautiful. You can go to different cantons. You can explore, and it actually can be very, very different. It varies a lot. So if you like all those things, honestly, you can always have a great weekend if you have especially like a car, or if you just go by train. It really can be an amazing experience if you are into all those sort of things. Another thing which is probably common to many European cities is that everything is very close. So the proximity element, you don't really waste a lot of time on commuting, etc., unless you live, for example, in France and you commute every day to Switzerland, which might take quite some time because there are a lot of people like you. Just to tell you a little story, in September I went back to my hometown, which is Moscow. I felt it was crazy that people can spend like 2 hours to get from one place to another and back within one day, and you have like so much time that you have to, I don't know, get a book or something, because it's crazy. Like you can literally be on metro for 2 hours, and in Switzerland, and you would be probably already in the capital of Switzerland if you go from Geneva to Bern or something like that. So that is crazy. And actually, when you come back, you really get to appreciate this proximity, and that you don't waste a lot of time on things like commute. And finally, one of the last points, which is really an important one from my point of view, I would say that basically everything is very organized. is very predictable and very calm. So I don't know, but I feel like there is not a lot of going on here. For example, when I lived in Paris, there's a lot of cultural events, and it cannot be compared to Geneva, or I believe to any other Swiss city for that matter. So you really need to get used to this paced routine, that everything works like clockwork, like shops, everything is closed on Sunday, everything closes down very early in the evening, and you really need to plan your days around it. It's not a very stimulating environment, to be honest, at least from my perspective, because I've lived places and I feel like this is one of the calmest places I've ever lived. I understand that. I think that in Switzerland really everything works pretty decently. All the administrative procedures, it's very predictable, quite efficient and swift. And honestly, as a person who has experienced a lot of different systems, knows that this is important to have everything in order. If you come from a different country, it just makes your life much easier. But at the same time, I'm still struggling to understand. I used to meet a lot of people from Switzerland when I was living abroad, and they would go and live someplace else, for example, and then they would come back and they say, no, actually Switzerland is still the best place on earth and stuff. And I'm still struggling to relate to this position, because I understand that in Switzerland there are a lot of great things. It's calm, it's safe. If you get a job here, you can live quite comfortably, and this is absolutely true. I agree with that, and I can see how a lot of people thrive in this environment with their families, etc. But for me, I think you can really aspire for more, if you know what I mean. You can find a more stimulating environment, and I think that Switzerland, it's a very great place for those who really want to have a stable job, a stable life, where you get paid for what you do, to have some sort of work-life balance, although I think it exists more or less, depending on your job, depending on your sector. But in general, for example, for me, I think I would still love to go and see something else and somewhere else, because I feel like it's not the greatest place if you want to fulfill your creative potential, your entrepreneurial potential. Certainly the regulations are quite interesting in Switzerland from tax perspective, from just the legal simplicity perspective as well. I would still say that the environment is still too calm, understimulating for you. At least that's what I feel personally. Maybe I'm not in the right circles and stuff, because I'm also having this corporate job, but I feel like this is just not enough for me personally. So if you're a very calm person who would like to have that kind of lifestyle, very well paced, with a lot of stability, like very strict rules, but in a good sense, like strict meaning predictable. I mean, depends if you like it, or if you're more like a chaotic person like me, then yeah, you should probably try and come here and to see for yourself. I would be happy to be here in Switzerland, but maybe at a later stage, when I have accomplished more in my life, professionally and probably personally, and then I would be happy to come back and to live here for a couple of years. But for now, I think for a young professional, I'm not sure this is the ideal place. I don't know if there are any people watching me from Switzerland as well. Let me know if you agree with me, or if I'm completely alone in this. And let me know if you have any questions, or if you would like to learn more about any aspect of the Swiss life that I haven't mentioned. I would be really happy to answer your questions, and see you in the next video.